Hey guys, Silverwolf here. Today I'm going to be actually doing a double header of Grand Arena, both because I've fallen a little behind on videos and also because the first video I have to show, my opponent didn't attack, so I'm just going to show my offenses quickly. So, going to jump right into that one. So that's going to be against this opponent right here, Mavicelli. So this opponent didn't have anything super worth noting, no Zetas, no Gear 12s, no anything like that. Just general Empire team, Sith team, Phoenix team, stuff like that. So I put my Wedge lead on defense along with Mandos, and then I actually put my Zeta Vader on defense for this round. I was thinking that because my opponent didn't have anything significant, he would have a lot of trouble getting through the Zeta Vader. And if he tried to attack it, I think I would have been proven correct on that. But anyway, so my opponent did have a Jedi team led by Yoda here. So I'm going to use my bounty hunters led by Jango. Then I got Boba, Mando, and Bossk to knock this round out. So I try to usually start with Deflagration, get some debuffs going, just general AoE damage. Then I like to lead with Then I like to go with Boba Fett after that to get ability blocks. After that comes Mando. Then Bossk is going to get a turn, and usually with him I have him try to stun somebody, and that also calls in the Bounty Hunter Mass Assist. Then I can eliminate Mace. Gonna eliminate Yoda here. And then I'm going to turn my attention to that master right there. I try not to use this name because I've heard that it is actually a slur in other languages, and by saying it, sometimes YouTube will demonetize your videos. So I just try not to mess with that altogether. So he shall be known as he who shall not be named. So the Jedi team's out of the way. Then they got this Akbar team right here. I'm going to check the speeds. Actually, no. We're going to just go straight with the Imperial Troopers right here, led by Veers and Stark, Stormtrooper, Piet, and Snowtrooper. Now this, I had a misplay right at the beginning. I'm going to use Piet to mark Snowtrooper. I meant to mark Stormtrooper, and because I marked Snowtrooper, he doesn't have nearly as much health points. He's going to be deleted pretty quickly. This is going to be a battle that I went in knowing I should have been able to win, and as you'll be able to see, that really was never in question. But at the same time, the team does take a lot of hits, and the banners on it are not going to be very good. I believe it was 54 banners. So yeah, there's no crazy offensive stats as you would normally see from Imperial Troopers, but they are going to be able to slug through this to get the win. Let's see, continue throwing. I've modded my Stormtrooper enough that he can take up a lot of hits, and I just try to get him to absorb as many hits as he can. He can handle Relic Vaders. He can take pretty much any damage an opponent can throw at him. And as you can see, he's taken a lot of hits already, and he's barely shown any protection loss. So I imagine now that they reworked his Zeta, I might actually think about getting that down the road. Because what that would do is every time Stormtrooper takes a turn, he would actually regenerate 20% of that protection. Which, as you can see, he's probably would be about full protection by now with that. Since while he is, like I said, taking a lot of hits, he's not really feeling the damage from that. So yeah, 54 banners on that. Then I'm going to go down to this team on the bottom, and I'm just going to use my Jedi team to knock that out. For anyone thinking about building a Jedi team in the future, I would highly recommend getting Bastila and Yoda for your team. And you want to mod Bastila to go first so that you can start start the encounter off by having Bastila distribute all those buffs to Yoda, then by having Yoda send them on to the rest of the team, which he can do with his special ability. And then from there, you've just got so many buffs going, such as offense up, defense is up, speed is up. They're not going to get debuffs on them because of the tenacity up. It's a huge leg up on the battle, and it really helps out with the rest of everything else going on. So yeah, this is another battle that's pretty much over with before it starts. As you can see, none of my characters are really even close to losing any of their purple protection, so because of that, I'm going to get full banners on this victory. Finish it off right here. Alright, that's 60 banners. Moving on to fleets. He threw in a Mace Windu fleet right here with some Ahsoka, some Clone Sergeant, and He Who Shall Not Be Named. So I'm just going to throw in my Thrawn, my TIE Advance with Vader, Boba Fett, Biggs, and then a couple reinforcements just in case. I usually don't even need them with this, but it's always good to be on the safe side, I think. If I remember right, I recorded this about 30 minutes before the round expired, so I was pretty confident that he wasn't going to be able to get any attacks off. So I'm just going to work my way through the ship's team. Now yesterday I also was able to do the Dark Trooper event, which unlocked, and I'm looking forward to being able to use that character in the future. For those of you who haven't observed it yet, the Dark Trooper has a very powerful basic ability. It's definitely going to be one of the most powerful in the game. It can single hit knock out a lot of characters with a lot of health. And I think that it could be a very valuable part of my team someday. That won't be happening for a while just because of all the resources required to gear it up and stuff, but it is something I am thinking about adding to the roster long term. I personally think that coupled with a Garth Saxon team, you can get a lot of extra counters going, and since the counter is a basic, I think that can do a lot of things. Now going back to the space battle here, we're just about to finish it up. Let's see, am I going to call in the reinforcement? No, I'm just going to go with basic from Vader. And then 2 more hits should do it. Lost the bomber right there, but that's okay. It's not a huge loss, and then just going to finish it out right there. So 61 banners, and then let's just go check out the final score quick. Final score... Let me see here. The final score was 1,206 to 370. And like I said earlier, my opponent never did attack, so I didn't have to worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the second Grand Arena. This was done just a few days ago. It started out the most recent week after I reached a Rhodium level, and as such it was a lot harder to get. So this is against a guy whose name I can't pronounce. I'm not going to try to. This guy had a huge First Order team. That was definitely his crowning jewel. He also had a really good Geo team, which we're going to run into in a little bit. And that was the main gist of his team. Nothing else he really had was all that special. But as we're going to see, the Geo team ended up being what beat me. So he put a Padme-led team with a couple Jedi, really badly geared Jedi on defense. And then he put the Geo team right here. So I put my Rebels on defense, and then the other thing I did was I put my Heavy Mando squad on defense because I saw that I would have a speed advantage over his First Order team, and I was hoping that that would be able to beat it. Unfortunately, it didn't. I don't know how good the banners on that win were. I'm going to have to check that later after the latest report comes out. But the defense wasn't successful, and I might not use it as much in the future until I get some more well-developed teams. So I go after the Geo team first. I use Grand Moff Tarkin to get some speed boost on my Vader, so Vader can go first. Then I have Palpatine, Stormtrooper, and Piet. I'm hoping that I can get a mark on Stormtrooper. Now, yes, I kind of remember now. I'm actually take the Palpatine out, and I'm going to throw Count Dooku in. This is because I had looked over his Geo team earlier, and I saw that the Geo Soldier was going to be the fastest character on his team, and after that there wasn't really any speed boosts. So I put Dooku in to get the Force stun on his soldier, and then I knew that my Vader would be able to go next. So as it turned out, because of all the synergy with other Empire and Sith characters, Vader went first anyway. So that wasn't really all that important, but we're just going to let this play out, see what happens. So he's going to get the AoE. Now that's a high tenacity Brute Alpha, as you can see. He didn't really get a debuff, so I don't really have the ability to knock him out. So I'm going to try to knock out Soldier. I don't quite land that either. So then I throw Stormtrooper under the bus, shock the Soldier. And then this is where he really starts going. He starts landing some pretty good hits on my Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper's still able to eat them up, but because the Geonosian team gains health and protection every time they use a basic ability, they just regenerate everything Vader took off of them. Now they're ready to go. I try to land some hits through Piet and Tarkin, but they are not able to do anything significant, and it's pretty much over from there, unfortunately. So looking forward from this, I'm not really sure what else I can do. I can try to get better hits in the future. But the reality is once they land a ability block on my Vader, he's pretty much toast anyway. So he can't activate any of his specials. So yeah, tried my best, and honestly, if a couple more debuffs on Brute Alpha had landed, if a couple other things had gone my way, I would have been able to win this. They didn't, and I was not able to beat it. So this Geo team is definitely what my hard spot is. It's actually going to end up costing me my 2nd out of 3 career losses now. So it's something I'll be working on more in the future. But moving right along, got this Padme team right here with the Jedi. So I'm going to counter that with my Imperial Troopers. If I remember right, this should be over pretty fast. Let's get some buffs up with Stark. Go for the quick kill. Quick kill. Go for another quick kill. Try to knock out Mace. I don't do that immediately. There we go. Counselor's gone. Every time the Imperial Trooper team kills someone, they get a lot of turn meter boosts. So if you can keep getting kills in succession, you can keep them running for a very long time. Alright, she's going to land one more hit, and should be about over. There we go. Big hit's going to knock her out. So 58 banners on that, that's a good offensive win. And then I'm going to finish this out by going after ships. As you can see, he actually had only a level 1 Boba Fett ship out here. And that kind of shows you about how much effort he put into getting a good defensive fleet out. So I should be able to knock this out really fast. Gonna see. Okay. Target lock on Ahsoka. This should knock Ahsoka out, just about. If this doesn't first. There we go. There we go. Ahsoka's out. This should knock out Boba. Now I just gotta knock out that TIE Fighter. So 1 hit. 2 hit. 3 hits. Oh, he's gonna get a reinforcement in. Alright, and that's going to do it for the Grand Arena today. Now, let's go back to the drawing board for just a quick second. I'm just going to try and beat that Geo team again quick, but they're not able to get through it, as you can see. So going back to the drawing board here, he was able to clear that Biggs team, he was able to clear my ships, and he was able to clear my Django lead team. He was not able to clear my back left corner. I don't know what he threw against it, but he was not able to beat that, so I did get a hold there. But 3 territories to 2 territories was not enough to be able to get the victory for me. So I did get my second loss of the season, 3rd overall. But I'm looking to bounce back. I've got a pretty good matchup for the next video, and I'm hoping that that'll be able to go my way. So that'll do it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please be sure to help out the channel any way you can, any way that you can. Any help is definitely appreciated. Alright, well, I'm actually just about to go record the next video as soon as offense regenerates, and I should have that up within the